The night sky over the Middle East lit up with streaks of fire. Missiles launched across hundreds of kilometers. Air defense systems roared into action. Sirens echoed across cities. Within minutes, explosions shook military bases and command centers. The conflict between Israel and Iran had erupted into open war. But something else happened quietly in the background. Military headquarters across the world began emergency meetings. Among them was the government of Canada. Because whenever a major global conflict begins, Canada faces a difficult question. Should it remain on the sidelines or prepare to stand with its allies? To understand that decision, we need to go back to another moment in history, a moment when Canada faced the same question. In 1939, when World War II began, Canada was a country of only 11 million people. But when Adolf Hitler invaded Poland, the Canadian government made a decision that would change history. Canada declared war on Germany. What followed was one of the largest military mobilizations in Canadian history. Over 1 million Canadians served in the armed forces. Canadian ships fought in the Battle of the Atlantic. Canadian pilots defended Britain. Canadian soldiers stormed the beaches of Normandy. One of the most famous Canadian contributions came during D-Day. Canadian forces landed at Juno Beach. Despite intense German defenses, they pushed further inland than any other Allied force that day. Canada proved something important during World War II. Even a middle power could shape the outcome of global war. And that legacy still influences Canadian decisions today. Fast forward to 2026. Tensions between Israel and Iran reached a breaking point. Missile strikes, drone attacks, and retaliations pushed the region into open conflict. The Middle East once again became the center of global attention. But this time the world is very different from the 1940s. Modern warfare includes drone swarms, cyber attacks, hypersonic missiles. Yet despite all these technological changes, alliances still matter just as much as they did during World War II. And Canada remains part of one of the most powerful alliances in the world. Today, NATO remains one of the strongest military alliances on Earth. Canada is a founding member. If a wider war breaks out involving NATO partners, Canada could play several roles. Naval patrols protecting shipping routes, Air Force deployments supporting allies, peacekeeping or stabilization missions. The Royal Canadian Navy already participates in international security operations in the Middle East. Canadian warships have historically protected key trade routes and monitored regional tensions. Meanwhile, the Royal Canadian Air Force operates advanced fighter jets capable of coalition operations. Canada may not be a superpower, but its forces are highly professional and deeply integrated with Western allies. One of the most dangerous aspects of the Iran-Israel conflict involves the world's energy supply. At the entrance of the Persian Gulf lies the Strait of Hormuz. Nearly 1/5 of the world's oil passes through this narrow waterway. If the strait closes, global energy prices could skyrocket. During World War II, protecting supply routes was also critical. The Battle of the Atlantic became one of the longest campaigns of the war. German submarines tried to cut off supply ships heading to Britain. Canadian naval forces played a crucial role escorting convoys across the Atlantic Ocean. In many ways, protecting shipping routes today is the modern version of that same mission. History is repeating itself just in a different ocean. The difference between today's conflict and World War II is speed. In the 1940s, bombers took hours to reach targets. Today, ballistic missiles can cross continents in minutes. Drones can strike targets with precision. Cyber warfare can shut down infrastructure without firing a single bullet. Countries like Israel possess advanced missile defense systems. Meanwhile, Iran has developed large missile arsenals and drone fleets. This creates a dangerous cycle of attack and retaliation. And when advanced weapons combine with global alliances, wars can expand faster than ever before. The fear many analysts share is escalation. During World War II, a regional conflict eventually pulled in nations across the globe. Something similar could theoretically happen today. If major powers become directly involved, the war could spread far beyond the Middle East. That is why governments across the world, including Canada, are watching the situation closely. Diplomacy, military readiness, and international cooperation are all being used to prevent the conflict from expanding. Canada's experience in World War II provides an important lesson. Wars are unpredictable. In 1939, few people expected the conflict to last 6 years. Even fewer imagined the scale of destruction that would follow. Yet Canada adapted. Its factories built aircraft and tanks. Its navy grew into one of the largest in the world. Its soldiers helped liberate Europe. That history still shapes Canada's military culture today. The Iran-Israel War of 2026 is still unfolding. Diplomats are trying to reduce tensions. Military forces are preparing for possible escalation. The world stands at a crossroads. History reminds us that small wars can grow into large ones. But it also reminds us that diplomacy can prevent disaster. The decisions made in the coming months could shape the future of global security. From the beaches of Normandy to modern military alliances, Canada has played a role in some of the most important conflicts in modern history. The question now is not just how this war will end. The question is whether the world can prevent it from becoming something far larger. Because history has already shown us what happens when global wars spiral out of control. And the lessons of the past are more important today than ever.